The message that we're trying to get out today to young men is that they were made to love and they were made to be loved. And we don't mean love in some kind of gentle, tender way. Like, this is all true. Like, that's what love is. Love is gentle and tender and beautiful and compassionate. But to love as a man also means to be tough, to be rugged, man, to really enter into that desire that we have to be strong, to be courageous, to do something that could transform this world. And that's what chastity does.
We live in a world right now where men don't really know what it is to be men. We've lost this sense of authentic masculinity. After generations and generations of fatherlessness, guys are wondering, okay, what is it to be a father? What is it to be a leader? What is it to be a man?
People have lost hope and lost faith in the idea of strong masculinity. The ladies have lost it and the men have lost it. So we're lied to in saying that we can't become the men we were meant to be. And it's just not true, we can't.
And we talk about being pro-life and being chaste. And both of these messages influence in us and help us to understand the meaning of our masculine hearts, what it means to be a man and how to love like a man loves. And if we can teach young men about real, authentic, raw, unfiltered love and how they were made to give that in whatever capacity they're called to, then this culture will change.
I think we actually live in a culture that is afraid of authentic masculinity. We are afraid, terrified of true men. And there's an incredible power to true men and the way that can unsettle us.
I think one of the biggest lies is that it's okay to be average. That there's no sense of being called to something greater. There's no call to greatness. And yet that's something that rests in the heart of every person, specifically every young man. Like, we want to do something great. We want to do something that will change the world.
We've got all these different attacks that have been waged on masculinity. We've got, pornography. We've got media representing men as stupid oafs who are just lazy. And guys wondering, is to be a man essentially to be a child trapped in a man's body? What is it to be men?
The reason why sacrifice is so crucial in a man's life is because without it, we can't really show forth who we are and what we're created for. And so we see the greatest sacrifice on the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ. And this is the imitation in which we all strive for as men, to really give ourselves totally to the other person, to give ourselves totally in love.
One of the greatest threats towards masculinity are men who are capable of living this message, not living it out. Men who are able to teach this message to others, not doing that, not stepping up to that role. At Generation Life, we need men who are willing to step up to the plate and to bring a message to this culture that is countercultural, to bring a message that it's not ready to receive, that it's not teaching at all. We need men who are going to have the courage to bring other young men into the good news of life and love. And if guys who are receiving this call don't step up to do that, that's going to be a great threat, because men who are not learning about real manhood from anyone aren't going to learn.